Hi guys, welcome to my channel. It's me, Parker. I'm just jumping on and doing a collective reading, and I actually filmed a collective reading um, on the day of the Cancer new moon, which was about 4 days ago now, and I'm not going to post that one because I don't know, I was kind of pressed for time, and if this, depending on how this reading goes, it might be a two-parter because I've just been kind of going off of like my camera cuts out after 27 minutes, so I've just been trying to keep the sign readings around that time, but if it goes longer, I'll take my time this time. And sorry about the glare on my glasses. I don't know what's different. Maybe it's always been there. It's just really annoying me right now. And on that note, there's some pretty interesting energy at play right now. We did just have two new moons in Cancer back to back, um, which is, not the most common thing. In between that, we had a Capricorn new moon, and the first two moons in Cancer then Capricorn were eclipses, so massive energy shifts. And I'm not going to get too much into the astrology right now unless it's relevant to the reading, but it's kind of coinciding with Saturn retrograding in Jupiter or in Capricorn. Um, which is kind of putting a lot of pressure on everyone. It's kind of the taskmaster planet, like it's kind of the planet of lessons and karma and um, all that kind of stuff. Again, I'm not going to get too into that right now because I will be doing a collaboration on this with Astronotes by Denise, and I will put her link down in the description. So stay tuned for that. Yeah. So with this energy, there's a couple other interesting transits that are happening right now. We've got Venus, which is feminine energy, sitting in Gemini, and it's actually moving out of Gemini in Leo season. So this is a reading for the Cancer new moon that we just had, the second one. Um, and it's for Leo season as well, which I have been feeling um, Leo energy hard, and I don't know if it's just the Gemini in me that's like feeling it hard because our feminine energy's been sitting in this Gemini energy for so long. It's also been a really odd transit. It's been in Gemini for since the beginning of April, and it's just moving back into Cancer at the beginning of August, I believe the 7th. So that's a really drawn out transit for Venus to be sitting in this Gemini energy. And it kind of coincided with the node switch from Cancer Capricorn to Gemini Sag. So we have a lot of Gemini energy right now. Um, we have Mars, which is our masculine energy, also sitting a really long transit till the end of the year. So it's these really long drawn out energies at play right now, um, and are really lending themselves to a lot of what's happening around us. And I don't know about you guys, but today I've been picking up on a lot of what's the word? I had it just before I started the reading. Kind of hostility today. That's not quite the right word. Animosity. So I was picking up on that a lot in the collective today. And when I say collective too, like I was feeling that come up within myself. So I've been really having to check myself on where that's coming from on, my end of things personally, but I can feel it in the collective big time. And there is a lot of these transits right now, especially Mars and Aries is kind of a hot-headed sign, can be. Um, Kind of lending to that with that pressure from Saturn, um, with these eclipses and the big energies. So yeah, I'll see what comes out in the reading. Again, that glare is driving me crazy. I don't know if anyone would even have noticed it if I hadn't have pointed it out. um, yeah, so we'll see what comes out in the reading. But yeah, I just want to take a moment to ground, clear ourselves because, like I said, I really was picking up on a lot of animosity and trigger today, which can happen with Gemini energy. Gemini is the twins, right? So it's very Jekyll Hyde energy. Um, And part of the reason that I decided not to post the other reading, it was very general, and this is going to be very general because it's a collective reading. It's the collective at large. So if nothing in here resonates, then it's just, it's not pertaining to you at this time, or, it's just not guidance that you need. It's going to be very general, so leave what doesn't resonate. Yeah, but when I was kind of reflecting on the collective reading that I um, had done before, it was talking about Venus and Gemini and like cultivating ideas, right? Gemini is the twins, so polarity, which we're seeing with the North Node switch, and that's a spectrum, right? Like I said, Jekyll and Hyde, it's kind of all or nothing energy. So that's where kind of this black and white way of viewing everyone around us is stemming from. But in that, we're searching for new ideas. Um, we've been kind of flirting with these new ways of thinking and ideas. And in Leo season, when um, Venus finally moves out into Cancer, we've got that Mars fire energy that's really going to be actually making those collaborations happening. That's when we kind of switch from the feminine, um, nurturing new ideas and flirting with new ideas, and then the masculine is kind of going to step up and take leadership and control in that Mars in Aries energy, right? So I've been feeling Leo energy in all my readings since I started my channel. Like I said, I don't know if it's just the Gemini in me that can feel this push that's going to happen when Venus moves out of Gemini. Like I said, it's been sitting in this idea fostering state for a very, very long time. So yeah, just gonna take a minute, ground, release any funky stuff. Like I said, I've been feeling it all day, this animosity rising up. So deep breaths, recollect ourselves. And there is a bit of tension. There's Capricorn energy. Virgo, the moon's in Virgo as I'm recording this. There is, a pressure building up for when that push kind of is going to happen, right? And we're still building, like, right when I say that, the card of movement. There is a big push to kind of put all these plans in action. And with the pressure from Saturn, we're really, really feeling that, but we're also still in retrograde. So there's a lot of like really awesome energies that are lending themselves to these dynamics right now, but there's a lot of pressure to kind of step up in leadership roles and take control. I know, like with my readings last week, a lot of the energy that was coming through was the Emperor, and in those readings, in that context, it was very much so talking about taking control of situations, right? So let's see what wants to come out. Again, it's just a collective reading. I haven't done any of these on the channel yet, so we'll see what comes out. Talk about control. There's the Emperor saying hello. I guess the deck is ready. All right. Messages for the collective, please. What does the collective need to know right now? Okay. There's that Emperor. Can't make this stuff up. All right. So there's that idea energy, nurturing those new ideas to be put into action. Two of Wands with the Hermit. That's like really evaluating what path is best served to you from within. Not just like, oh, this path is the best path for me because so and so told me to, or this is like really picking. See how he's like got a cane there and he's like about to like trek down into the valley. It's like, which way down am I gonna go? He's got his walking stick. He's on a path, right? Which path? So we'll see about that. This is Sagittarius energy, but it's really speaking to me about that motion coming in with Leo season for the masculine, really looking to the feminine to nurture those new ideas. We've got the feminine nurturing those ideas and that Venus and Gemini energy here. And then we've kind of got, this is the internal coming into alignment of the masculine and feminine, which we both have within us. It plays out in our dynamics around us, especially with masculine heavy people or feminine heavy people. You can kind of look at your chart to get a feel for what's more dominant just intrinsically in your chart. But yeah, coming into alignment within, and then once we've kind of picked our path down into the valley there, this Mars and this is Sagittarius, and I did see a lot of Sag when I was shuffling, preparing the decks, but this is speaking to the actual motion of picking that path, right? That Mars and Aries energy, which is showing up on the bottom here. And it's funny, I'm actually going to keep that out because we have clearly, and I love this, the feminine nurturing those ideas, coming into alignment within oneself in that path. And then the masculine taking leadership, taking charge, and moving forward to make that happen. Masculine energy gives the seed, and the feminine nurtures it, right? So it's just about our giving and receiving when we talk about masculine and feminine energy within ourselves. That's just flow of chakras, right? Or flow of our energy in symbiosis. But the masculine looks to push forward. So right now the inner feminine is really looking to the masculine, is really nurturing. And it's odd because, I don't want to say odd, but the masculine tends to kind of pick his own way, right? Or the masculine within tends to lead by passion and action and desire, right? So it's kind of interesting with these really drawn out transits, especially with our feminine energy being in that idea cultivating state. Gemini is the mind. It's the youngest air sign. It's curiosity, fascination, intrigue, ideas, all those kinds of things, right? So the masculine's really looking to the feminine. Like I said, we're coming into alignment here with the masculine acting on the idea that the feminine has been nurturing for the past, since beginning of April. So underneath that, wow, look at this. This is beautiful. Judgment, right? That judgment, moving into that masculine taking control there. The moon, we love that. Piscean, Cancerian energy. We are still very much so in the Cancer new moon energy, so it's still a very excellent time to foster new ways of, any of these ideas that you've been cultivating for the last few months, especially in retrograde. It's a really great time to begin to implement those, or at least, start looking at ways of how you can implement that moving forward, right? Daily rituals, new goals you've set for yourself, new, clarity, communication, love, abundance. This can be new love, this can be self-love, this can be healing, but it's new, right? So we love that, and I just love that it's coming out with that moon energy. That's beautiful. It's all happening in our emotions, our desires, and it's awesome because in this card I always get the masculine and feminine. The masculine's kind of consoling the feminine in this one, and they have towers of foundations behind them. It's a beautiful moon card. I love that. So let's look at the Queen of Coins. Let's see where our feminine's sitting at right now. And again, this can manifest in, the actions of feminine heavy energies around us. This is manifesting within our own feminine energy, as well as our matriarchs. So our relationship with our family, our home, our interpersonal relationships. And of course, the collective. What are we nurturing as a collective? What path are we nurturing as a collective right now, right? What ideas are going to be putting into action when Venus moves into Cancer and catches up with this energy, right? So let's look at the feminine. Let's look at the feminine. What's up with feminine energy right now? Where are we at? Again, we all have both within us. In a perfect world, we would all be in alignment in giving and receiving to ourselves and others around us, right? One more. Feminine, please. Feminine energy. Feminine energy. Whoa. Okay. Whew. Impasse. Interesting. With what? Oh, wow. I love this. Underlying, we've been dealing with a lot of victim mindset. That came out in a few of the readings this week. And so did forgiveness and perception. So we're nurturing new ways of forgiveness, perceiving forgiveness as well. Maybe, allowing our masculine energy to receive forgiveness. That came out in a couple of the readings. Perception and forgiveness. And I love that card because sometimes I do also get forgiveness from Gaia off that card. And it kind of looks like a globe in that picture as well. So perception, we did have impasse, right? And discovery. So this is really speaking to healing of the heart space through forgiveness and change in perception, right? From that victim, moving away from that victim state. And underneath that is a facade, right? Oh, geez, I could just keep going because these are all related. There is rejection. Rejection is coming up big time as well because Chiron is retrograding through Aries. And that's bringing up a lot of abandonment issues for people with this rejection energy that came out in the Aquarius reading for this week as well. So if you have any Aquarius, or you're dealing with an Aquarius, or you're dealing with any sort of abandonment stuff, maybe go check that out. But we have this victimization facade energy. And on top of that, we have forgiveness. So this is all the underlying root energy that we're kind of working through right now. With this discovery, it's really leading, see how this was the underlying, and we're working through these impasses, right? So that we can take charge and take control with that Mars and Aries energy, right? In fire, Leo season, action, right? With this perception and forgiveness, discovery. So that's all about opening up the heart space. There's even a full moon in behind there. That's all about discovery in the heart space, heart healing through changes in perception. For some, for others, it's through forgiveness, right? But these cards are mirroring each other because through this heart space healing and discovery of these new ways of thinking, again, Venus and Gemini, new ideas, new ways of thought. It's our communication, new ways of communicating. Either we're fostering that, right? The Knave of Pentacles is very studious energy. It is ideas. It's literally the card of ideas. We're breaking through that impasse. They're even mirroring each other completely here. And the cards that flipped out are quite interesting. I love it. We have abundance. Look at her. She is next to the Empress. She's one of the most abundant, if not the most abundant, actual individual in the deck. I mean, there's very abundant energy cards like the sun, but this is, can indicate an actual person or our feminine within. Look how abundant she is. She's beautifully adorned. She's fostering this abundance. She is the matriarch. She is the mother. She is really fostering these ideas and by way of abundance, right? So it's giving rise to that, coming out with this feminine energy. She's really nurturing abundance with these ideas, with instinct and destiny. That's very spiritual energy. Instinct with knowing which of those ideas to foster for abundance and our destiny at play, right? Knowing what to foster here and what to let go of. So that's very nice. Beautiful. So let's look at this page of coins. I feel like that kind of already covered everything, but we'll see. Let's see what's going on with the feminine. Beautifully adorned. Very abundant. And again, like I was saying, the masculine within us tends to want to be the one to lead by instinct. But right now, the masculine is kind of looking to the feminine to what ideas to act on here with instinct, relying on the feminine instinct instead of the masculine, which is usually action, right? Shuffles. There's the Emperor. Clarify the Page of Coins, please. The feminine. I wish I had more spiritual cards. I just have straight tarot. I am definitely going to be investing in some new decks. Obviously, I just started this channel right away. It was kind of like, just do it now and then you can jump on whenever you want kind of choice. So yeah, I'm definitely going to be getting more spiritual, like oracle and spirit guide decks. But for now, I'm making this work. I wasn't actually concentrating on what I was shuffling for at that time. I should have taken them. Page of Coins with the feminine, please. 9 of Pentacles. Abundance, you guys. Abundant, 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 abundant. See how he's kind of looking too in his stability and abundance. And the feminine really has been nurturing that within oneself, because we have been shedding so much codependency issues, especially with these Cancer and Capricorn eclipses. That's the matriarch and patriarch axis, right? 4 of Pentacles, okay. So this is all Pentacles. So this is speaking to abundance within oneself. And see how it's really this kind of line between, there's like this hoarding energy here, right? Holding back, holding on to codependency, and then really standing in our self-worth and power here in our feminine energy, right? So not relying or needing the masculine, right? Not hanging on to that old way of being. He's really looking to the way that he used to be after shedding all those old ideas, fostering new ways, new perceptions, new ways of looking at things. And remember how I said that the pretty much the only like card that can indicate an actual person, like, the majors can indicate people, their signs, but like as far as like, this could very well be a female earth sign, right? speaking in the very, very tangible sense, was the Empress is pretty much the only card like that more abundant than this. This is the minor arcana to the Empress. So very, very abundant, nurturing our self-worth, letting go of things that were keeping us in this. That is like the definition of impasse. See how he's like hoarding old ways of being and old thought. It's creating that impasse, right? Very nice. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing is letting go of that. Here's that Knight of Wands, talk about letting go and allowing the Emperor to fall back on the ideas that the feminine has been nurturing, right? Yep. Leo season. Love it. Love it. Love it. All right. See what else wants to come out for feminine, but very independent in your energy. It's not been a great time to focus on new relationships, to be honest. Right when I said that, the card of lack, because there's just so much growth that's been needing to happen with fostering these new ideas, right, within oneself. Really needing to do that for ourselves here. Anything else for the feminine energy? Feminine, yep. Wow, look at that, you guys. So this is talking about coming, it can, if we're talking in literal terms, this can be talking about a feminine earth energy. Man or woman, doesn't matter, it's just the energy they're in, right? Again, you could look at someone's chart, and if they have a ton of feminine energy, they might be feminine dominant.